Welcome to the Target Trader presentation. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the Target Trader system, and I'm going to show you how compounding with this system can possibly lead up to $1 million in profit over time for you. This will obviously depend on future market conditions and risk and account size, but it is a possibility. Okay, so first, Target Trader is a smooth growing trading system with a verified live track record that yields consistent results from intelligent, carefully selected trade entries based on trend, volatility, and specific price action movements. It's designed for longevity, above all else, meaning it can be run for years without needing strategy updates. So first off, we actually have 2 available live accounts. We will also try to add more as time goes on, but we have 2 accounts. These are multiple live third-party verified accounts, and they are updated on this page that you could examine yourself by clicking the widget below. Each account has been running for many months. The difference between each of them is the risk and the account size. We wanted to show 2 different types of accounts, one where the drawdown was lower with a lower return, and one with a higher drawdown and higher return, just to show you that you have full control over how the system works, whether you're risk averse or not risk averse, if you're using a prop firm or not. It's backed by years of historical data. You can back test it all you want. You'll see that it goes back for years profitably. The live account will match it, and you can see it's quite profitable, and it's very consistent, lucrative, and works great on a wide range of account sizes, from small accounts to large accounts. And again, these are live third-party verified accounts. If you scroll down this page, you're going to be able to click on these little widgets that will take you to the third-party MyFX book, and you can verify the accounts yourself. So just a little bit about Target Trader. It is first 100% automated. That means you set it up and you can literally forget about it. Just check it every day just to make sure it's still running. It is beginner friendly. It's very easy to install, very easy to set up. But if you have any issues, we are here to help, so you don't have to worry about that. We provide support, and there's also services that will just do the whole setup for you. It has a selective trade entry, and that gives it quite an edge because it makes it a little safer when it's trading, a lot safer than other comparable systems. It's also more accurate, and because it uses more trading pairs, it's able to be a little more selective on each trade, so you still get the quantity of trades that you need, so you can get consistent profit week after week, but it's not too aggressive where it's trading excessively on these pairs where it leads you to too much risk. It also has an intelligent money management system. This will manage the lot sizes and the entry and exits of the trades, so it can intelligently lock in profits at a good rate and while keeping the risk reasonable. It's also got third-party verified proof. I just explained that to you in the last slide. Trades frequently on 17 pairs. I just mentioned that it trades on 17 currency pairs. So if you're someone who likes to see a lot of trades going on, you get bored because there's no trades. It's trading on a lot of pairs, so more often than not, you're going to be seeing trades pretty much every day. And most important is the results. It gets consistent monthly gains that beat other markets. By other markets, I'm talking about stock market, real estate, bonds, and just any other investments you may that you may be considering. This system will, even on its lower risk, beat those returns. For example, let's say you make 10% a year in the stock market on average, which is no guarantee. As you know, some years it's less, some years it's more. Even if you do a low of 2% a month on this system, that's over 20% a year. And if you do a higher, 10% per month with this system, or even 20% a month, you're talking about over 100 to 200% per year. So this system, even its lowest risk, can easily beat some of the higher investment opportunities. So this is definitely something you should consider if you are looking for something that's competitive with monthly gains and you're looking to beat other market returns. I mentioned to you a few minutes ago about the compounding up to $1 million. The power of compounding growth is a very powerful tool. When you, for example, if you have 100 grand, you make 20 grand, and now you have 120 grand. That was 20% return, but now let's say you make another 20% return. Now you're making 20% on the 100 grand and 20% on the 20 grand. So the more you actually compound as in the more you allow the profits to grow, you're actually increasing your rate of return. So for example, let's say you were making 5% a month on anything, or even 10% per month or whatever. The next month, if you're based on the 100K that you usually put in, if you go to the next month, you actually are making even more percentage, because you now have the profit also earning return. So you're compounding the profits, which actually makes the yield even greater when you reinvest all the profit. All right, and just to make it clearer for you, let's do an example. Starting from $25,000, you can start with less or more. Obviously, with the system, for example, you can start with $1,000, or 5,000, or 10,000, or 100,000, or even more. That's up to you. But just for the purposes of this example, let's start with 25K. And let's say you do a higher risk. So you average 50% to, or 100% per year. It's going to vary depending on the market and the risk you use. And let's see what happens if you compound. For example, let's say you do 25K and you get 100% return in the year. That would be 50K at the end of the year. Then let's say the 50K is reinvested, and that next year it's now worth 100K. And then the next year it's reinvested in 200K. You just started with 25K and you went to 200K, and now you're building yourself a nest egg. And for example, that was based on 100%. Let's say you do 50%. The growth is not as large, but it's still quite lucrative. You go from 25K the first year to 37.5K the next year, then $56,200 the next year, and then $84,300 the year after. So you're still making $50,000 on your initial investment, which is pretty impressive if you ask me, because that's almost that's a multiple 100% return. Now, the example of going up to $1 million, let's say you start with, or you've achieved already 100K. Let's say you start with 100, you double it, that's 200, double it again 400, double it again 800, and you now have 800K. So you're very close to $1 million. You'd be breaking $1 million that year based on these returns. So the point is, if you consider exponential growth by reinvesting your profits, you can actually achieve some really large numbers and build up your nest egg over time, whatever your goal may be. Or even if you want to take some profit, you can take profit along the way, but let it keep on building. There's no right answer, but the point is you can make a significant return over time if you use the power of compounding. And even if you use lower returns than the average of 50 or 100% per year, you're still going to beat a lot of other markets and achieve greater numbers far quicker than you would in other investment vehicles. I just want to talk about quick who I am and the LeapFX team. My name is Corey Ross. I have over a decade of experience in this industry. I've been working in Forex for many years. I've seen it all. I know it works. I know it doesn't. I know why some people succeed and others fail. So over time, I've been able to understand these things, and we're able to bring in systems that actually work. We test them thoroughly, and we were able to filter out the ones that we just find that aren't good enough, they aren't adequate enough to bring to market. And we try to actually bring you systems that will help you succeed, because we genuinely want to actually see you make money. LeapFX is a brand of trust, transparency, and a guarantee that has been in business for many years. It's nothing like other sellers that release a product and disappear. We stick around, we provide support, we try to respond as soon as possible. We do actually genuinely want to see you succeed, and our team is here dedicated to try to help you succeed. If you're new to Forex automation, I just want to go over quickly a few other things. It's easy to install and set up, which I mentioned. It includes a video guidance, a manual, recommendations, and full support. So you don't have to worry about figuring out the best brokerage or the best setup for the software. We provide everything. You're of course welcome to use any broker you want, pick any tools you want, but we provide everything, the guidance and everything you need to start, so you don't have to guess. The software does work for almost anyone. It's user-friendly. You don't have to have any trading experience. You don't have to have technology experience. It's all just, you set it up and you set your risk and you're good to go. Going into the risk a little step further, you have full control over the risk. You decide if you want low risk, medium risk, high risk, or anything in between. And the manual will explain how to set it properly based on what you're comfortable with. Once it is set up, it's set and forget. So you set it up and you can literally just forget it and let it run for years if you wanted to. As mentioned before, I would check it from time to time just to make sure everything's running properly, but you don't have to actually make any trades or really update it that much, if at all. What else you need to know about Target Trader? It's compatible with Metatrader platform, Metatrader 4 platform, and Metatrader 5 platform. You can use either one, whichever you're more comfortable with. We usually prefer Metatrader 4 platform. It works on most Forex brokers. We have recommendations provided if needed, but again, you're welcome to use any broker you prefer. It opens, manages, and closes trades for you on autopilot and can be set to any risk that you're comfortable with, as for low risk, high risk, which can be compatible with prop firms or just your own accounts. The returns beat most advisors, money managers, and other investments. So this is just a no-brainer if you're looking for something with high returns and giving you complete control and not having to pay any fees to advisors or money managers. And again, it can work with prop firm challenge accounts. We're not usually a fan of using them, but it can be used with them. The drawdown could be kept within their limits when you're using the lower risk. So it is an option and can be passed with them if you do want to use them. The strategy behind the software, you don't need to understand it, but just for your knowledge, if you're someone who's interested, it uses a strict rule-based strategy utilizing trend and volatility indicators with specific price action confirmations, which basically means it looks to align all these various indicators and trends and price movement. And once they align, it enters a trade, starts to manage them, and aims for profitability. It trades enough pairs, 17, to trade often enough, but allows for stricter, more accurate trades with higher winning probabilities by being more selective. So we have stricter rules on entry, so the trades have a higher win rate and they're lower chance of drawdown on these trades, or as in lower risk. But we're able to keep the frequency of the trades higher because there's more pairs being traded. Again, the strategy is built for longevity, historically works for many years, and it auto adapts to market movement, meaning you rarely need to change the strategy or update it at all. If there is one, we'll provide the free updates, but very rarely it needs to really be updated, if at all. And it's practically set and forget. As mentioned, you don't really have to do anything once it's all set up. Just going back to the trading results, just going to give you a quick overview of each MyFX book just to explain them, and so you can better understand what's going on with those results. Okay, here are the pages for MyFX book for each account that we are running Target Trader on. You'll be able to actually click the widget below this video and go to this page and examine it yourself. But I just wanted to quickly go over it with you so you can understand the stats better. So here is a larger account. This one we started with $200,000. It's now $34,000 in profit over a matter of months. It has almost 11% drawdown, and it's made almost 17% profit. This is using low risk, so this is the kind of risk you can use if you're risk averse or if you are looking to use it on prop firm. And you can also get the drawdown even lower if you just use even lower risk settings, or even if it's only this 11% drawdown happened just because this one little section right here. If you didn't even have this section, the drawdown would have been minimal, and this whole period of time you'd be doing great on a prop firm with these settings. But you can lower the risk just if you want to bring down the drawdown even further. So here's a smaller account. This one we started with 10,000. It's already up over 70% profit. This one has a little higher drawdown because we are using higher risk on a smaller account. You can, as well as this one, just like the other one, you can use lower risk and as a result lower the drawdown. But this is just what we're showing because we wanted to show you what a higher risk would look like and lower risk. Regardless of either one, the returns are still fantastic in comparison to other investment vehicles. And you can kind of go down here. You can see what trades were traded, and you can see the history of trades and get an idea of how everything works. So let's go to the next part of the video now. The average profit that you can expect, sometimes this is a common question we get We can't really predict exactly what you're going to make, but I can tell you the average profit monthly will depend on market conditions and risk settings you choose. It can average near 5% up to and beyond 50%. Closer to 5% would be lower risk, and upwards of 50% would be very high risk, or even up to 100%. It's all going to depend on your goals and what risk you set. And keep in mind, these are averages. There's no guarantee that you're going to hit these exact numbers. You might hit more, you might hit less. It's really going to depend on the market and what risk settings you set. We prefer a balance of risk in the middle. We don't like to use too low risk, too high risk, but you're obviously going to have to decide what you're comfortable with, and the manual instructions will help you set that appropriately. The low risk monthly average actually still outperforms most investments. So if you're risk averse and you want to do the lowest risk, you're still going to have a decent return that year over year will average higher than other investments. It is realistic to get these high returns for Forex markets because of leverage. So if you're wondering and saying, hey, 50% in a year is too good to be true, it's actually not, because of the power of leverage. For example, if you're using a 200 leverage account with $1,000, that's in theory like trading $200,000. And that's why if you make 100% return on $1,000, where you went from 1,000 to 2,000, you're actually not making 100% return on the 1,000. It's because you just leveraged $200,000 and made $1,000 from the $200,000, which, if you do the math, is a very small percentage. And the beautiful thing about leverage with Forex is that you can't lose more money than you have, and you'll never owe more money than you deposit. So the leverage is safe to use. But again, it just the risk. You might hear leverage is riskier. The thing about leverage is it also depends on what you do with the risk of the system. So if you do low risk with the system and you have high leverage, then your account is still going to be lower risk. And if you do higher risk with low leverage or high leverage, it's still going to be higher risk if you use higher risk. So leverage just gives you more ability to open more trades at a time and open more lot sizes. More lot sizes means that you're risking more, and that leverage will allow that. So that's why leverage is sometimes stated as high risk, because you're able to bet more, but you don't have to. So we recommend a higher leverage per se, but you should be using a risk based on what you're comfortable with, based on the risk recommendations that we show. And in terms of starting amount, we recommend $5,000 to $10,000 for best performance at a minimum. More. It doesn't hurt to have more. It can easily perform best with more. More is always good, and that will maximize safety and performance. But you can start with as little as $1,000 if you prefer. So here's some important answers for you that you might be thinking. Is it too good to be true? This actually goes back to the leverage answer, and it's not too good to be true because of the exact reason I explained in regards to the leverage, and that makes it so it's actually possible to get a higher return. And why do we not keep it for ourselves if it's so profitable? The truth there is that we do use it for ourselves. We do make money with our systems, but we also make money helping you make money. It's no different than some billionaire hedge fund guy or any other investor who takes on capital from clients and helps them make money. He's still making money on them and making money on his own, or some sort of entrepreneur who run multiple businesses. The question is, why do they keep on doing it? And that's what we do. This is what we enjoy, and we're going to keep on trying to help you succeed. And that's why we do it for ourselves, but we also help you, and we make money in the process. So will it work for you? Yes, it can work for almost anyone. It can work for beginners. If you just follow the steps, do proper risk, it will work for you. Are there any hidden costs? We personally do not have a hidden cost that will charge you. You might want to use like a VPS, which is a virtual server. It's like $20, $30 a month. It's not a hidden cost though. You don't have to use it, even though we recommend it. So there's no like actual hidden cost that you'll need to force to pay for in order to use this software. Can I withdraw my funds anytime from a broker? Yes, this is like any other brokerage firm with stocks or Forex or anything of that nature. You can withdraw funds anytime you want, any day, anytime. You just go in and just do it. It's completely in your control. So if you join today, what's included will be the Target Trader software for Metatrader 4 and Metatrader 5. It's going to include built-in already the best settings. You only need to set the risk. You won't be able to change the settings. The best ones are already built in that we personally used on our accounts. All you got to do is set the risk and you're good to go. We're going to include the best recommendations and a detailed step-by-step manual with instructions. Updates are included for life of the software. So if we create any updates, we're going to send them to you and you'll have access to them. Each license works on one trading account at a time per license. You can switch accounts anytime you like and as often as you like in members area. We have experienced customer support via email and messenger service as needed. So we're here to help if you need anything. And we also have a guarantee. So if you're skeptical or worried for any reason, we always honor our guarantee. It's 30-day money back guarantee for any reason at all. We always honor our guarantee. We've been in business for many years and we always honor it. If you request a refund within 30 days, we will honor it and we will refund you. So you can sign up, test it on a demo or live account and decide if it's for you. And if you want to keep it, great. If not, we're happy to exchange it or refund you. Pricing for this system, we offer a 50K license, meaning that you can use this on an account no greater than $50,000. If you want to go past $50,000 license at any time, you can just email us and we'll send you options to upgrade to a larger license, such as $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million license, whatever size account you need, we can accommodate. So to start off, it would be $697 for a year license, or you can do a lifetime, which is more cost effective at $1,197. If you do purchase now at this license size, you can upgrade anytime you want at any point. You just let us know and you will just pay the difference of the increase. So we'll subtract what you already paid from the license increase amount. So you just let us know, you email us and we'll help you out there. Just to finish this off and conclude this presentation, I want to tell you why you shouldn't wait, because waiting to take action often leads to no action at all and you'll remain stuck. For example, you ever say, hey, I want to get to the gym, I want to start working out and do change, but then you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to start next week. And then next week comes around, you're like, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to wait another week. And that's a similar situation here. If you want to get control of your finances, you want to start getting these bigger returns, you just got to take the step. You just got to sign up and just take action now and not wait at all, because you're just not going to get anywhere if you just don't take that action. So instead of thinking about it, we have a 30-day money back guarantee. Just sign up, give it a shot. You don't have to keep it if you don't like it, but you'll never know if you don't try it. And best time to do that is just start now and try it. And fiat currency is actually devaluing, coupled with most investments yielding a mediocre return. This is the answer. So for example, the faster fiat currency, currency of the US dollar, yen, or GBP, any currency for the matter, they're all as countries print money, you're going to lose value. You need to beat that inflation rate in order to not lose your money, because you can just hold your money and it'll become worth less and less. So you need to have higher returns to beat that and to make a profit on top of that. And this software is the answer. This software is an asset and it pays for itself over and over again. The sooner you start, you're closer to your investment goals. The longer you wait, the longer it'll take you to reach those goals. So imagine starting now or in 10 years from now, you'll thank yourself 10 years later when you have these returns building up over time. If you want to lock in these prices today, I highly recommend signing up right now, because prices can go up. You just don't want to wait and just see the price go up and then regret it later. So lock in this price, sign up, and decide if it's for you over the next 30 days. If you have any questions, email us anytime at support@leapfx.com and we'll respond as soon as possible. Telegram and Skype support are available upon request. And after hours, holidays, and weekends, we may be slower to respond, but don't worry, we are not ignoring you and we will respond as soon as possible. We can take up to 24 hours to respond, but we do try to respond much sooner. Please check spam folder for replies, as sometimes email services block emails. So try avoid using Yahoo, Outlook. We find that those emails don't always go through when we email them. If you send multiple emails in the same chain, it can actually push your emails to the back of the queue. So sometimes if we take a little longer to respond because you emailed again before letting us respond, just note that's possibly the reason why. All right. Thanks for watching this presentation. I hope you join us, and I'll see you on the other side.